Good morning. Thank you for joining us for our morning motivation presented by the FBC Ministerial staff.
Good morning, and to God be the glory. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we have so many reasons to rejoice and be glad in it. This morning, I want to just talk briefly to you about, encourage you about being aware, being alert about spiritual corrosion. We hear about corrosion and we think about the corrosion of the earth and other things, but have you thought about spiritual corrosion? And how does that happen? Well, Corona has placed us all at a standstill for a little bit more than a year now. And in that year, if we have not been alert, attentive, we have perhaps and can easily slip into spiritual corrosion. How does that happen? You read less. You pray less. You're more focused on where you are and what's happening rather than what God can do and what He has done. Spiritual corrosion takes place when you don't keep that connection, because corrosion is a decreasing in value. That's what corrosion really is. It's decreasing in the quality of something. So if your relationship with Christ is not as strong as it used to be, or it feels a little bit weak, perhaps there's a little bit of spiritual corrosion taking place. But praise God, it can be easily corrected. All it takes is a moment of sincere connection with God. In John chapter 15, around verse 5, it says, God says His word, abide in me. And abide means to not only to stay connected, but it says to remain in me. In Isaiah, it tells us, he tells us that if you keep your minds stayed on me, I'll give you that perfect peace. So that's all it takes. So don't be over alarmed about the correction. Just know that it can be rebuilt, that it can come back. So for this morning, just take a few minutes and to sit with you and God and meditate on His word and your relationship. Remind Him, tell Him how much you love Him, and I guarantee you, He's going to let you know how much He loves you. And even though you may feel like you've been corroded, you may feel like there's some corrosion, He said, I never leave you and I never forsake you. So He's just right there waiting on you. Have a wonderfully blessed day.
Thank you for joining us for another moment of inspiration. It is our prayer that you have been motivated, encouraged, and inspired by today's word.